Traditional wet shaving offers a superior, closer shave with less irritation, as single blade safety razors prevent the tugging and under skin level cutting that causes ingrown hairs. This method is also more cost effective over time, eco-friendly, and transforms a daily chore into a relaxing, mindful grooming ritual. And I'm going to cover the pros and cons in this shave, so stay tuned. Hello everyone, Nick here. Welcome to my channel, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So I was challenged by the YouTube channel Firepower for All. Bob over there is very motivated into getting newcomers into traditional wet shaving. And I don't blame him. It's the best shave you can get. So how do we convince people to go from cartridge razor shaving over to traditional wet shaving? Well, in my opinion, the best way to do that is with facts. Let's take a look at this cartridge razor here. This cartridge razor right here, you can clearly see it has 175 blades inside of it. Actually, it only has 4. And the way these are engineered, well, let's cover that because it's very, very bad for you. This is the razor right here that Bob challenged us to use to try to motivate you guys to come to the light side of traditional wet shaving. This guy right here has a single blade in it. Okay? This one has 4 blades in it. So when you go over your face, this guy right here, you got 1 blade going over your face. Here, you have 4 blades. Okay, let's do it again. That's 2 blades. Over here, that is 8 blades. 8 blades going over your face. That's just a recipe for irritation. And, okay, so the engineering on this, 4 blades in here. So the way these are engineered is the blades that touch your face that are going first, they're engineered to lift your whiskers. The blades behind that blade are going to cut your whiskers, and then your whiskers are going to retract underneath your skin level. So there is no guarantee that that hair, when it starts growing, is going to grow straight back out of that channel. It could grow sideways, it's going to give you ingrown hairs, and you got multi-blades in here. And they're not the sharpest blades either. You're going to get severe skin irritation. I don't know how we were convinced that these were the best. I guess marketing ploys, they sounded really good. They were actually very convincing. These are actually really, really bad for your skin. So the facts are, if you use a single blade razor, you're going to get less irritation. And you're going to get less ingrown hairs. Yes, this is a plastic disposable razor, but it's 1 blade. This 1 blade is going to guarantee that you are cutting your whiskers at the skin level. There's nothing pulling your whiskers and then cutting them so they can retract under your skin. So in my opinion, this cartridge razor right here, which runs you about, I don't know, 37, 40 cents at the most, is much better than this razor right here, which is going to cost you, let's say you're going to go to Walmart, you're going to buy this guy with 5 replaceable heads. This is going to cost you anywhere between 25 and 30 bucks. This one's much better. Isn't that just wild? 40 cents, 25, 30 bucks. So why is this one far superior? And why is this one a good candidate to get you into traditional wet shaving? Well, let's take a look at a safety razor. Here's a single edge safety razor right here. Both of them have fixed heads. This head isn't moving. It's a fixed head. The head on the cartridge razor, this guy pivots. So it's mindless shaving. You just go, you just shave, you just apply some pressure, and this is going to form to your face. No thinking about it. This guy right here, you have to go with the contours. It's going to train you. It's going to train you on how to use your safety razor. This safety razor here has a fixed head also. So you have to go the way your skin and face is formed. That's why this one is such a good trainer. You have to do the same thing. So yeah, it's absolutely one of the best trainers if you're looking to get into traditional wet shaving. So let's look at the cost effectiveness. So this right here is made out of metal. It is a one-time buy. If you take care of it, it'll last a lifetime. And the razor blades that you purchase for it, they're very reasonable. And you can get a whole bunch of shaves out of them. This one, for example, takes half of a double-edged razor blade, which means if you buy a pack of razor blades, you're actually doubling the usage because you're snapping them in half. 2 for 1, that sounds good in my book. And making the switch over to traditional wet shaving, it's eco-friendly. Once you're done with the razor, you can recycle it. This, you're not throwing it away. How many of these are you throwing in the trash? The landfills have millions upon millions of these. That's not very nice for the environment. And for some reason, these cartridge razors right here, they hold an aura around them like they just don't care for you. You're using this crap right here, Barbasol, which is full of horrible chemicals that are not good for you. So what are you doing? You're coming in the restroom, you're applying this stuff, and you're shaving with this, and you're on your way. It's that simple, but simple is so boring. Guys, you should be coming in here and you should be taking your time building a lather, using different shave soaps that smell so great, using different products that smell wonderful. In a nutshell, you should be in here pampering yourself. You should be in here indulging in a ritual that makes you feel good about yourself and knowing that, you know what, you took time and you did something super cool for yourself. And traditional wet shaving, well, it's customizable for yourself. This guy right here, it is what it is. The only thing you can do is switch one out that has 3 blades. You switch one out that has 5 blades, 6 blades. It's still terrible for your skin. Traditional wet shaving, it's customizable. You can get a razor that's adjustable, so you can adjust the levels to your liking. Or you can get a razor like this that isn't adjustable. Or is it? Of course it is. You can use different kinds of blades in here from different manufacturers. And I guarantee you, you are going to find a blade that goes in this razor that is going to be perfect for you. And it's going to be safe and it's going to be healthy. These are shaving you at the skin, not underneath. Not pulling, cutting, and then having those whiskers retract under your skin. Why aren't more guys doing this? Maybe they just don't know. But that's why we're here. We're here to let you know how great traditional wet shaving is. And we're going to start with this little guy right here. And thank you, Bob, over at Firepower for All, because this is a great idea. And this is actually a really great starter because it's got a fixed head and it's a single blade. This is actually very safe, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. I haven't shaved with it. But I can guarantee you right now, because it's a single blade, it's a healthier alternative. And it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to get started. Like I said, at the most, this little razor right here is going to cost you 40 cents. Let's take a look at the shave soap. So I got Club and Panade shave soap here. You're going to pay about $5.40 at the Club and Panade website. And the aftershave, I have Aqua Velva Classic Ice Blue here. This is under $5 at Walmart. And you're going to want to lather this stuff up with the synthetic shave brush. I have a synthetic shave brush here. You can find a synthetic shave brush on Amazon for $5. So that's all you're going to need to get started. If you really want to indulge, you can get a bunch of other stuff. The options are limitless. You can do whatever you want. Here I have some witch hazel. This is Lucky Super Soft Witch Hazel Solution. This was $1.25 at Dollar Tree. You can get yourself some aftershave balm. So once you're done putting the aftershave on, you can use aftershave balm. This is Nivea aftershave balm. And you can get this stuff for about $7-8 at Walmart. So let's look at what we have here. With everything that we have here to get started. 40 cents for the razor. $5 for the aftershave splash. $5.50 for the soap. And $5 for the brush. So for under $20, you can start traditional wet shaving in a much healthier way. This guy right here, you're going to pay $25 to $30 just for the razor itself. So you're paying more for something that is super unhealthy for your skin. It just doesn't make any sense. But those are the facts. It is what it is. So let's shave with this little guy right here, and let's find out if this truly is a gateway razor to traditional wet shaving. So I'm going to get my face wet, and we're going to get this shave going. Get my hands in the water. I'm just going to wet my face here. And so traditional wet shaving, a lot of us wet shavers, you will see that we will, I got my soap here, I got my brush here. I'm going to dip it in the water, and I'm going to get all of that water out of there. And I'm just going to swirl it here, and I'm going to start loading this shave soap, or this shave brush with the soap. And I'm going to do this for about 15-20 seconds. So you see a lot of us wet shavers, traditional wet shavers, what we do is we put a lot of pre-shave on. And that is because we've been doing it for a while, and we know that preparation is everything. And if you don't have any pre-shave, you really don't need it. As long as you are prepping your whiskers for shaving, that is good enough. And the best way to prep your whiskers is to heat them up with warm water. So preferably you want to shave right out of the shower. I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to dip just the tips in the water. And I'm going to hydrate the soap on my face. And you will see some of us building a big, giant, luxurious lather. And some of us take a long time doing that. You don't have to do that. You can get the performance from this shave soap with minimal work. The reason we build big, giant lathers is because, yeah, it does help. But it's because we are in love with this ritual. And we like to take our time. The more time we take, the more we fall in love with it. If you want to start by trying to build a big giant lather, well, to be honest with you, that's the only way you're going to get good at it. But if you're pressed for time and you want to do traditional wet shaving, like I said, you will get the performance out of this soap right away. You don't have to build a giant luxurious lather. The more you get into it, the more time you will take for yourself. That's just the nature of the beast. I spend more time now doing my shaves, way more time now than I did when I first started. So I'm going to dip this in the water. I'm going to get this hydrated a little more. And just to show you that this is ready to go, I'm going to start shaving. This stuff is good enough right there, like this. The more water you add and the more you work it, the bigger and better it's going to get. So this razor, I'm going to dip it in the water just to get it lubricated. And let's start and see what it does. Very mild. Very safe. Well, what I do like about this razor off the bat is that if you can see what I'm doing, I'm shaving this way, and I can actually show you on my face because it's very mild. I don't have to worry about cutting myself. When I come over my chin, I have to move the razor. If I keep it straight like that, I'm at the top right here. I'm not going to shave anything. You have to conform it to your face, just like a safety razor. I really like that. Yeah, guys, this is actually super, super safe. You are not going to cut yourself with this razor unless you are really trying to. So I'm going to come over here, do the same thing. Yeah, I think this is a great starter to traditional wet shaving. I like how this does train you for a safety razor. Because when you're shaving with the safety razor, the biggest thing is not adding any pressure to your face like you would with the cartridge razor. Figuring out that angle of how the razor is going to shave you. And figuring out the conformity of your face. I can easily use this and just go straight down, and this head is going to flex. And I ain't learning anything. This one, you will learn your face. And I believe that's going to make your transition to a safety razor very, very easy. It's like riding a bike with training wheels. At some point, you just take off and you completely forget that you have training wheels on there. So there's a little dry. I'm going to dip my brush in water. I'm going to hydrate this a little bit. I would encourage people that suffer with skin irritation to absolutely not even think about getting into traditional wet shaving. Don't think about it, just do it. And I can almost guarantee you that your skin irritation is going to go away immediately. It is no longer going to be an issue. For example, you have this stuff right here. It doesn't matter if you have fine hair, coarse hair. It doesn't matter if you got rough skin, sensitive skin. This is what it is. Yeah, they got formulas that are for sensitive skin. This one's the original. But still, there's so many chemicals in there. And you have these artisans making shave soap for traditional wet shaving that are made with all natural ingredients. And they don't have any fragrance oils in it that are going to burn your skin or irritate your skin. It's so healthy for you. It's so healthy for you. And if you're using an artisan shave soap and you're still using one of these, well, in all honesty, you're just wasting your time. Oh, look, I got a weeper right there. I gave myself a weeper because I got a pimple right there. So it's definitely not the razor's fault. I said you couldn't cut yourself unless you tried. But pimples don't care whether you're trying or not. A pimple is a pimple. It sticks out. And if you run any razor or any blade over it, well, you're going to shave it off. This is actually very easy to shave with. All right, I am going to lather up one more time, and then we're going to go against the grain with this safety razor. Was that a weeper? It had to have been. Okay, maybe. I was going to say, I don't see it bleeding anymore. I hate pimples. So I'm going to dip my brush in the water. I'm going to hydrate the soap again. Then I'm just going to agitate it just a tiny little bit. And if you could see, I'm kind of carelessly going over my face with that razor because it is a single blade and I'm really not worried about getting razor burn. Because this single blade is really not going to give you, there's not enough blades there to give you razor burn. All right, I'm gonna keep going here. Now I'll get the mustache area. All right, that was the third pass against the grain. Let's rinse off here. You know, that is a socially acceptable shave there. I'm definitely not BBS, but I am way better than I thought I was going to be for how mild that razor is. So that's nice. Okay, not too bad at all. I think the most important thing here is using that razor because it is a fixed head and getting used to the angle. It actually felt very familiar to me because it's a fixed head. It's a fixed angle. The head doesn't move. So that felt very familiar to me, just like a safety razor. So I have my face shave there. It's a socially acceptable shave. I think the most important thing is that this will definitely prep you for a safety razor. No doubt about it in my mind. This will definitely prep you. It'll at least make you familiar with how a safety razor is used, how a safety razor is angled. Yeah, so I'm going to get some of this aqua valva. Whoa, that comes out really quick. Very mild razor because I have no burn there. Maybe a tiny little bit right here, under here, but other than that, socially acceptable shave. I am nice and clean. Not BBS, but what do you expect from a 40-cent razor? 35 to 40 cents. You can't complain. You get a socially acceptable shave all day. All day. So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up. I hope some of the facts and some of the stuff I went over will at least motivate you to leave the cartridge razor behind and to come over to traditional wet shaving. Bob, I don't know how you figured this out, brother, but you are a genius, because I honestly feel like this is the perfect trainer for people who want to switch over to a safety razor. Yeah, this is a cool little dude right here. It'll give you a good idea anyway. The shave is not going to be as good, of course. A safety razor shave is much closer and it's customizable to your face. So in my opinion, sky's the limit with a safety razor. You can do whatever you want with it. You can make it shave however you need it to shave by either getting an adjustable razor or trying different blades until you find out which razor blade and razor combination work for you. So anyway, if you guys are thinking about it, I hope this video helped you. Thank you so much for stopping by. And Bob, thank you so much for throwing this challenge out there to all of us traditional wet shavers. Really appreciate it. This is a very, very smart, very good idea. And hopefully we can start turning people over to the traditional wet shaving side. That would be great, because it's just so much healthier for all of us. So guys, don't forget to take pride in yourselves. Don't forget to care for yourselves. And don't forget to take the proper steps to making healthy choices for all of your grooming needs. If you have any questions, you need any help, let any of us know. We're all more than willing to help. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I'll catch you guys on the next one. You guys take care of yourselves. God bless.